Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the SIG P365 Xmacro. Before I get started, please subscribe and tell a friend about the channel. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Now let's get on with the review. So the Xmacro is like the regular P365, but it's bigger and has a few new added features. SIG says they named the pistol Xmacro because macro means more, and they're supposedly giving you more features than the standard P365. What I'll do is I'll go over all the features from front to back, and at the end I'll give you my opinion about the Xmacro. So let's start off with the compensator that's built into the slide. SIG says this built-in comp will reduce the recoil by 25%. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I didn't feel much of a difference with this built-in comp. To me, it feels just as snappy as the regular P365. I'll come back to this when I talk about how it feels to shoot the Xmacro. The Xmacro has a 3.1-inch carbon steel barrel. It's the same barrel that comes with the P365 or P365X. With the Xmacro, you get a standard 1913 pick rail instead of the proprietary SIG rail that you get with the regular P365 series. Forward slanted front and rear side serrations. They get the job done, but this is the Xmacro and I wish they were a little taller and slightly deeper. This slide has a nitron coating, which is a really nice finish. I haven't noticed any issues with wear marks or rust. Keep in mind, I've only had this pistol about 4 to 5 months and I haven't concealed carried this in the summer yet. I have concealed carried the original P365 a ton and that finish held up great. This pistol has the same finish as the original P365, so it should hold up just as well. The Xmacro is optic ready and it comes with X-ray 3 day-night sights. I like this on the original P365, but again, because macro means more, I think SIG should have added taller iron sights so you can co-witness with an optic. In my opinion, I think anytime a pistol comes optic ready, it should have taller sights from factory so you can co-witness with your optic. The one improvement SIG did make with the Xmacro sights is when you remove the optic plate, it doesn't remove the rear sights. The mag release button is nothing special here. It's just like the one you see on the other P365s. It's just okay and it gets the job done. When it comes to the new grip, I really like what they did here. It feels really good in my hands. I like that it came with extra back straps too. For me, I swapped out the medium back strap for the larger one to give my support hand a little bit more room, but it's all not positive for the new grip. I still had the same issue with this grip as I did for the original P365 version. The grip texture is good, but I wish it went higher on the grip module. The Xmacro comes with two 17-round mags. These 17-round mags are also compatible with the original P365 models. I do wish the floor plate for these mags didn't stick out as much as they do. When it comes to the dimensions of the Xmacro, the slide length is 6.6 inches, the thickness is 1.1 inch, and the height is 5.2 inches with the mag in. And it weighs 1 pound 3 ounces without the mag and 1 pound 6 ounces with the mag. I think the size of the Xmacro is reaching the point where if it was any bigger, it wouldn't be considered a micro carry anymore. Let's move on to the trigger. The Xmacro comes with a flat trigger. The weight of this trigger is 3.5 pounds. All right, before I ghost the trigger, I just want to let you guys know that if you already have a P365X or XL, you already know what this trigger feels like. It's pretty much the same exact trigger that you guys have in your pistol. This is just basically for somebody who hasn't shot an X or an XL and they want to know what the trigger's like. All right guys, I'm going to ghost the trigger for the Xmacro. Let's make sure we're clear. We are. So when you first put your finger on the trigger and you're pulling, you get just this little bit of an uptake, which it's short and I like that. And then as you pull, you feel a little bit of creep. Then you get your brake. The brake is not crisp. Also, there's no over travel to the rear. There's your reset. You're back on the wall. A little bit of creep. And then you get your brake again. Like I said before, the brake is not crisp, but I still like it. It still works. Even though it doesn't feel really like a crisp brake, it still feels good. I still enjoy shooting this trigger. In my opinion, they did a really good job with this trigger. Now let's talk about one of the coolest features of the P365 series, and that is modularity. The P365 series has the same FCU setup just like the P320. The FCU stands for Fire Control Unit. When it comes to the P365 and the P320, the only part that's serialized is the FCU. The FCU is like the heart of the P365 and the P320. This design makes it easier to customize your P365 if you're into that kind of thing. This is what my current P365X carry looks like. You can buy customized grip modules and slides and quickly swap them out yourself. You can even turn your regular P365 into a P365X or P365XL. It's also fairly easy to swap out your trigger too. I have videos on how to do all this on my channel if you're interested. To me, this is one of the coolest features of the P365 and P320 series. Now let's talk about how it feels to shoot the Xmacro. Let me start off by saying all the micro carries out there are snappy because of their small size. Out of all the micro carries I've tried, the P365 P365 was the least snappy out of all of them. Like I mentioned earlier, SIG says this built-in comp will reduce recoil by 25%. In my opinion, the Xmacro shoots close to the regular P365X or XL. For me, the integrated compensator doesn't seem to make much of a difference in lowering some of the snappiness of this pistol. To be totally honest, I really don't feel much recoil reduction at all. It could just be me, and maybe other people do feel a difference in the recoil reduction. Or maybe the recoil reduction is less than 25%, and that's why I don't feel much of a difference. Who knows? With that being said, the Xmacro shoots like the regular P365, which means it's still accurate and easy to shoot. And with this new Xmacro grip module, it feels even better in my hands while shooting. This new grip gives me a little bit more room for my hands, which makes it easier to hold on to. I think I have around about 400 to 500 rounds through this pistol and had 0 malfunctions. That's also with me not cleaning or oiling it between range visits too. So let's wrap things up by going over the good and the bad for the SIG P365 Xmacro. The good things to note are, it shoots great for its size, it comes with an integrated compensator, even though it doesn't really feel like it does much, any little bit helps. The new grip module feels great, and it gives my hands more room for my grip, and it has removable back straps for a more custom grip feel. It's accurate and reliable, comes optic ready. Removing the optic plate doesn't remove the rear sights anymore. It comes with a 1913 rail instead of the proprietary SIG rail. Even though it's bigger than the P365X and XL, it's still really easy to conceal carry. The ammo capacity is great. It's a big plus that right out of the box you can carry 17+1 in such a small package. One of the coolest things about this gun is its modularity. The FCU design makes it really easy to customize yourself. As far as the negatives go, it comes with standard low iron sights. This pistol should definitely come with suppressor height sights. I wish the built-in compensator lowered the felt recoil more than it does. I wish the magazine base plate fit flush to the grip module, and in my opinion, I don't think what SIG added to this pistol justifies the increased price tag. If SIG took what they already did to this pistol and added a better trigger, suppressor height sights, taller and slightly deeper slide serrations, and the same grip but more stippling, then to me, that would justify the increased price tag. With all that being said, the Xmacro is a great option for a concealed carry pistol. But in my opinion, if I was in the market for a carry pistol, I would save some money and go with the newer P365X. The reason why I say that is because I don't think the extra money you spend with the Xmacro is worth what you get in return. Like I said, I would buy the P365X that has the newer optic plate that doesn't remove the rear sight. And if there was any features the Xmacro had that I really wanted, I would just buy it separately. So in my case, I would purchase the newer P365X and a 17 round mag. By doing that, I've saved a decent amount of money and I can spend the savings on ammo to train. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you thought the video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and tell a friend about the channel. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.